So I had a few minutes to get out in the shop tonight to work on the passenger side relays here. I got them mounted up in a similar fashion to how I did on the driver's side. So I got a fan 1, fan 2, and the fuel pump relay. Got everything kind of sort of figured out over here. Everything is kind of haphazardly run right now, but everything is, all the terminals are on the relays except for the power for the fuel pump. This actually is not the right wire. This is a 12-gauge wire. I've got a 10-gauge wire that goes back to the pump, but I actually ran out of terminals, so I got to order one terminal. So I'm actually going to see if my buddy up north has that one terminal, so I don't have to order. It takes like a week to get here. But everything worked out well. So I've kind of got everything. It's like I say, this will be tied up. I really can't get that too much, but this will be tied up, so everything will be loomed. This will sit behind the battery box. Right now I've got like 3-foot leads coming off of the power because I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to put that relay or that fuse panel. I'm thinking maybe right up here, right up above this, behind the battery, but I'm not sure yet. So I've got long leads on there, and I've also got like 6-foot leads that go over for the fans. I got to figure out how I'm going to route the wires to the fans since the wires, they come out of the bottom of both fans there. So I'm thinking about running the wires down here somewhere. There are some tabs down, actually that spool of wire is hanging on right there, but there are some tabs down there for a factory overflow line for the coolant line was down there. So I may use that. I'm just not sure yet. But I wanted to get the wires in here, and I kind of wanted to get all the crimps done, but I ran out of terminals. So I've got to order another terminal, which is kind of a bummer, and I didn't get those done yet either. So I've been kind of actually sitting here watching TV, but the bad thing about having a TV in a shop is you get sidetracked. But anyway, so that's it for tonight. I'm going to order some new terminals in the morning. I actually talk to my buddy, see if he's got any too. He's just a couple miles north of here. See if he's got anything. But for now, that's kind of where it's at. The 6-gauge alternator wire kit came in. That wire looks beefy. It's got a heck of a sheathing on it. It's what is it? It's SGX wire, battery cable, 6-gauge. So I've got that, and then I've got over here somewhere in my mess of parts. Oh, here it is. Nope, that's not. Here it is. The fuse. So this is a what is that? It's a 200 amp fuse that goes between the battery or the alternator and the battery or the starter. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put this thing because originally I was going to run the wire down to the starter down there, but I don't know where I'm going to put this big old thing. So I'm thinking about maybe down below the battery tray, mounting it right here on this this piece of sheet metal here on the core support. Don't know yet, so I'm going to figure that out. I actually bought this from American Auto Wire. It is kit number 510475. So I paid like $40 for it on Summit. Had a coupon. Honestly, I couldn't hardly buy the wire, the fuse, and the fuse holder and terminals for any cheaper. And it's American Auto Wire, so it's good stuff. Typically, their stuff's a little bit more money, but it's good stuff. So everything's labeled. So got to figure that out. But for now, I'm going to call it for the night, and I'll come back in and sort this mess of wires out. Right now, it looks a little crazy, and I'm going to label all of the power wires. I didn't label any of the trigger wires because, well, I just didn't. I honestly forgot. I was going to label them on this end so that they made sense, but the relays are labeled what they are, so that kind of takes clarification. And then this orange wire here, I'm actually using it because the fans are a negative trigger. So it's a ground trigger coming from the ECM. So I needed a positive for the other side of the solenoid inside the relay. So this American Auto Wire harness had a line that comes out of the fuse panel that is switched, ignition switch. So it's not hot during starting, which it doesn't matter, but it's hot all the time the ignition's on, and it's labeled electric fan. So that comes in, it goes into the first relay, and then jumps out and goes to the second relay. So that's the reason I don't have an extra terminal, because I bought 10 terminals and I've got 5 relays, 2 per relay. So I ended up using the bigger terminal, larger gauge terminal, on jumping that wire from relay to relay when I should have used it on that one for the 10 gauge coming out. But live and learn. But I got it all done. I didn't want to do any splices, so I used the relay base actually as the splice. or the junction, I guess it would be for that particular wire. But anyway, that's it for this evening. I am going to pick up another day this week. All right, so it's been a couple days. I came down today and decided to work on the wiring, kind of tidying this up a little bit. Also got the wires run for both fans and ended up wiring them. I'll get under there and show that in a second, kind of how I did that. This looks a whole lot better minus the zip ties. The zip ties are just kind of, they're crazy right now because there's wires going, 4 different directions here. So everything's all nice and tidy. These wires right here are going to be my leads for my, let me grab this here real quick, for my fuse block here. So this is actually, I'm going to mount this. I decided to go ahead and mount this right here, just kind of keep it all together. So I'm going to run my 4 circuits for my 5 different relays off of that. So I'll have the headlights, fan 1, fan 2, and the fuel pump. The headlights being jumped off each other. So I'm just going to run one circuit for them. So I got those wires going up there. I've got the wires coming out right here that go to the fans and the fuel pump. And then I've actually got these are ground wires coming from the fan. I'm not sure if I'm going to ground them to the battery or what I'm going to do with those. I'm just kind of waiting to see what kind of battery cables they're going to get. I found a guy online that makes battery cables, and it has I don't know, I think he said like a 4 or 6 gauge ground cable coming off of the main ground cable. So it's got an OT gauge that goes down to the frame, or to the block. I think it goes to the block, and then, yeah. But then it's got another one, so I'm thinking about doing, like a grounding lug, if you will, to get the fans, and just so that they're straight off the battery. The fuel pump will be off of the frame, but the frame, it's going to have, the OT gauge that goes from the battery to the motor, and then it's going to have a 4 gauge braided that I can't seem to find, but 4 gauge braided that goes from the block to the frame on this side, and I'm also going to do one back on that side as well, just so that it's really grounded, because I got this big 145 amp alternator. I just want to make sure everything's grounded. I kind of have my 6 gauge wire kind of loosely run down here, and I'm still not 100% sure. I was sure before I did this, but now that I'm looking at it again, I've got to put this fuse down there somewhere. And I don't know if I want to put it there. And I talked about it earlier about putting it here too, next to the battery. Just kind of, I don't want wires running everywhere. I've kind of got my main wiring points that go all the way around, and then this one bundle right here that goes into the frame, and that dips down underneath the core support there. So I just don't want wires running every which way. So I'm thinking I'm going to run it this way for sure, but I don't know if I'm going to stop it here and go to the starter, or if I'm going to run it all the way up to here. Just kind of tuck it in with these wires right here. I'm going to sleep on that and see what I'm going to do. And then also, I'm going to use some of this 6 gauge wire to power my fuse panel here. I was actually digging through some old car audio stuff, and this one's too big, but I'm going to go, this is 150 amp, I'm going to get one of these breakers to run all of that. It's probably overkill, but it just, I don't know, I like the looks of them. So I'm going to get a 100 amp one because my fuse panel here only has a 100 amp bus in it, so I'm going to make sure and protect that. It's a short run. It's like from the battery post, which is about here around to here. I think it's going to be like 18 inches, but I want it to be protected, so I don't want to burn down the truck. So I'm going to do that. So that's all of those. I've got the fuel, the wire running for the fuel pump runs all the way back. I've got to get under there and fashion it to the frame. From about this point here, I've got brake lines, and I can attach the power line to the brake lines along with the fuel level sender. So down this side of the frame here, get those. I think of what else. I'm kind of just blabbering here, but I'll kind of show underneath here. Let me grab a flashlight here real quick. Underneath the truck, excuse my mess. I've been kind of running crazy here, but I've got the wires. I've got my weather pack, or these are actually MetroPack connectors. These are the 280 series for like 42 amps or something like that. So I've got them underneath here. And while nothing's going to happen to these underneath here, now that I have them here, I'm kind of a little concerned that they might be hanging down. I don't want any road debris to hit them, so I'm not sure. I may put some loom on them. The connections are fine. Those are those weatherproof connectors. So I don't know, just kind of tucks them and hides them real nice down here. So I don't know. But anyway, that's probably about it for today. I'm going to pick up tomorrow evening. I'm going to get up here and I'm going to just start plowing away on this stuff because I've got to get this done. This is taking an inordinate amount of time to get this stuff done. But Anyway, I will pick up again tomorrow. All right, well, it's the next evening now, and I am working on the back of the truck here. So I dropped the tank down, and I wanted to kind of show, because I didn't show this last time when I put the tank in, kind of how the wiring works. The way that the Boyd's tank used to work is this has actually got an aeromotive pump in it, and it used to have a positive and a negative terminal, just a threaded stud like this here and here. But now they must have switched something, and they kind of have this bulkhead with the wires, just kind of bare wires hanging out. So what I did was just to make this easier for engine or for removal is just put some connectors on here so that we can just disconnect it and pop the tank out. I went ahead and I got my ring terminals on my wire for my fuel level. These are those 3M ones with the adhesive. You can kind of see the adhesive there. They're real nice. They seal up the termination really well, and the wire is not coming out. So I've got that. I ran that a little bit long just so I can have some slack back here, because a little slack never hurt anybody. The wire for the fuel pump was just that long, because that's how long I made it. So this has got a Delphi 280, a MetroPack 280, and this is just a weather pack, because there's no real current going through here. It's just for the fuel level. So I just kind of want to show how I did that. Pretty simple. Just I like disconnects so that when I work on things, I can just unplug them and not have to worry about wiring. And especially with this one, it just had the leads. So just kind of want to show that while the tank was out, since I kind of glossed over that when I put the tank in. Here's my rubber isolator pads for between the tank and the frame. But that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the tank back in and work on the other end of these from the truck. So I got the wires run back there on the frame. I'm going to go ahead and crimp those on. So that would be my last crimps with my buddy's crimper, so I can finally get them back. Sorry, it's only been a month. My bad. But wiring just seems like it takes forever. So I've got that. I'm going to do those real quick, those 4 crimps right there, and we're done back here. And I'm going to start working on those kind of up front and kind of figuring out some routing for that 6 gauge and whatever else I find. Okay, the fuel tank is back in. Like a dummy, I didn't pay attention to how the connectors for the fuel pump and the fuel level sender were pinned. So I've got my pigtails hanging here. I've got all my wires, all my terminals are crimped on. I've got a ground wire in here too, just a short little pigtail. I'm going to put it up here on the frame right here, because this is going to be my frame, my main frame rail. Even though this whole thing is all tied together, this is my main frame rail for grounding. So all of my grounds for really the entire truck, because I've got one right back here too. You really can't see it, but I got a wire braid right here. I've got a 6 gauge wire braid that does the bed. And I've got one for the cab, and I've also got for the core support. So everything's kind of grounded on this side, even though the whole thing is technically grounded. But all of these cross members I put in were completely painted inside and out, so they're not super good at grounding. So this my rail here is my go-to. So, but anyway, I got my terminals crimped on and got my pigtail here. Like I said earlier, I left it long just because I'd rather have long wire than too short of a wire. Wire stretchers are hard to come by. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm planning on. So I'm going to head up front and see if we can't wrap up all of that up there. And making progress up here too. So I've got my fuse panel. I've actually I don't have any screws, so they're actually held in right now with zip ties. But that's kind of how I'm going to route it. It really looks orange on here. But anyway, these are red wires, I promise. So I've got my 4 fuses here, my four circuits here. That's just a dummy fuse that came with it. But I ended up doing was I put the fuses in order that the relays are. So we got fan 1, fan 2, fuel pump, lights. And that's kind of how they go across the truck here. So I'm also going to put some labels on here somewhere to label that. So that's all good. I've got a ground here that's going to go to this screw right here. This is actually where the headlight ground jumps up and grounds right there. So this is my for my fuel pump relay. Since it's a positive trigger, I had to put a ground on it. Everything else in this thing is anyway, these 2 are negative triggers from the ECU. The headlights are positive trigger, but they got their own grounds on that side. That's pretty much it. So everything looks really nice and tidy. I am going to continue working on this here and kind of route this stuff, or start luming it, I guess, and then figure out what I'm going to do with this big 6 gauge. I'm actually going to do that real quick and kind of route it and see how much wire I have. I got a 12-foot length. I'm going to see how far that actually goes. But I think this turned out pretty good. It's all kind of hidden behind the battery, even though I love mechanical things. So looking at stuff like this is, I like that. But I know a lot of guys like to wire tuck and do all that, but I like seeing how things work and wires and mechanical things. That's kind of why I don't know if I'm going to put a cover on this thing. I may get crazy and maybe shave it some of the stands off of there, but I kind of like how mechanical it looks. I don't know, I may change my mind. I was actually looking at the covers the other day, and they're outrageously expensive. When I bought this motor, it didn't come with one, but for now, it's staying just like that. I'm not messing with it. So anyway, I'm going to quit rambling now. I'm probably going to go ahead and call it a night because it's pretty late. It's like midnight here, so I am going to call it. So like always, please like and subscribe if you'd like to. Leave some comments. I'd love to hear from everybody. I know I'm kind of leaving some of the stuff out, but I'm kind of getting, when I get down in there, there's nowhere to film, and it's just, I'm going to be honest with you, it slows me down a little bit. So there's plenty of tutorials on how to do wiring and stuff like that, but I just kind of want to go over the generals of how I'm doing and what I'm doing and why I'm doing all the circuits and everything, kind of just generally how they work. The wiring's, it's nothing crazy spectacular. Some of these terminals are, not used that often. These are just the heat shrink ones up here, but the rest of them are all Delphi. But I hope that everybody likes the videos. Let me know if you want to see more detail, less rambling, shorter videos, longer videos. I just want to hear from everybody. So anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and we will see you next time.